Hi guys, Flozen here. We are staring right at the patch now. Not complete, but still very informative now compared to yesterday. And in this video, we are just going to talk about Paulin and how he can affect the current meta today with lots and lots of control effects. Is he worth it? And let's go ahead and digest bits of his skills here. Even though it's not complete yet, we somehow got an idea of how the skills could go and what are the potential of the skills. But before that, please like and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy watching our content. Thank you so much. The appearance of the guy is cool. I mean, I still cannot believe he's a support hero with this look. You can never tell if he's a defense or attacker, to be honest. But what am I curious though is that he's another Dragon Tribe unit. Still, since Santa just made it clear that he's the OP one on that tribe, of course, aside from Hez, though it's just really surprising that we got another exclusive hero from this faction. Let's check his skills if he really is worth of a try. First skill over here is Decayed Staff Strike. There is a chance to remove one attribute buff from all enemies, or there is a chance to remove one random buff, prioritizing non-attribute buffs from all enemies if self-effect res is not below 100% when casting Decayed Staff Strike. Afterward, deals attack damage to all enemies. Deals attack damage to all enemies. Technically, this is an AoE attack, which means he's going to have a trouble dealing with Kath. Though I won't complain for his AoE strip here, it's just too OP for a basic attack, I should say. It would hardly depend on his effect kit though, since there are chances here indicated. And if his res is beyond 100%, it would be a random buff, which is a super useful in arena. I'm actually thinking this guy's team up with Bannon, it would be out of this world. Probably the most annoying basic attack right now in the game with Ben Austin on the team. With this basic attack, he can potentially be a go-to guy for some of us to deal with shields from Tower of Mark, since not every day we get exclusive one-ups Lacto, Gunner, or Alahan and the likes. Let's move on with his first active skill here, Boncho Shelter. Increases all def by 60% and tenacity by 60% for 2 turns. Paulin additionally gains damage immunity for 1 turn if self-effect res is not below a certain percentage when casting Boncho Shelter. Now I'm curious about the cooldown. Some of first active skills can go about 3 turn cooldown at max, some 4 turns cooldown at max, but if this go about 3 turn cooldown, it would be really unreal. It's like an advantageous protection for everyone since we will stack this buff with Cat's Shield. And this would be a good opportunity for some deaf heroes that likes to depend on their defense for dealing damage. Def and Tenacity is just so rare now. Elliot has one deaf buff, but unfortunately his spotlight is just dim right now. But I see Gunner depend on his death on dealing burn damage. Maybe we can use this to see how his burn damage can go. Since he's going to have damage immunity as well, maybe we can use this as a turn starter for him just to guarantee survival. But it would always depend on situations and that rest percentage. Let's proceed with his passive skill this time, Prompt Action. Pauline is immune to the control effect if self-effect res is not below 100% when an enemy inflicts a control effect on him, and increases self-turn meter by 20% and other allies' turn meters by 10%. Besides, Pauline increases self-extra tenacity. So he's got his own way to be tanky. All of his skills just shine when his res is not below 100%. This would be really challenging, I guess. Gear wise, because I haven't farmed Ifrit that much to get rest equipment, focusing on ROM almost all the time, and also when I get ingot, I straight up craft the feather set instead of the guardian set that just gives off 20% rest and 15% death rate. This equipment is huge, but I think tough set would always be the best for him. It's just that tough set is super hard to get and collect. We need to pump his effect res no matter what to make him even more effective. And maybe Dustin can actually be on the picture since he's providing effect rest buff for everyone. And this has been timed well because not for long we can actually farm Grolin to get the artifact that gives resistance for players who would like to build him. And I guess Nasiel is really sweating right now. Since he started the freeze meta, Cindo would be sweating too, right? Because those control effect would enable the enemy team. Though Cindo can reduce the turn meters of the enemies along with those silence debuff, but still, Paulin probably the best answer for control meta right now. Even Santa that enables freeze immensely. He can counter Santa somehow. So I think this passive skill right here is a gift for everyone who's having a hard time dealing with Nazil and Santa. A breath of fresh air, maybe. Still, that apple from Santa is just OP for me. But we can't deny Arena is becoming really strategic right now once this Paulin step in. Let's check Immense Happiness. Increases all allies' max HP cap by 50% for 2 turns and restores their partial HP based on Pauline's max HP. Afterward, grants other allies stealth for 2 turns. Pauline cleanses all debuffs from all allies before restoring their HP if self effect res is not below 100% when casting Immense Happiness. Okay, let's start with the HP cap increase. It's superb. It's better than our deck. And we can't go for Nerdak E2 if we can get it from Paulin's active skill here. Maybe Nerdak can stack his 25% HP increase somehow, but Paulin just absolutely overshadowed an exclusive level 2 mythic hero because of this skill. This is really surprising. How can this guy go? Maybe Albek can use this and grew damage wise, and of course, Hez would actually benefit with the HP cap increase. But still, 50% is just huge amount of value. Moving on with that stealth buff, it's just way too powerful compared to Luna because it's a 2 turn stealth from him. So Pauline is going to be focused this time since he does not have stealth buff. We're really not sure if he's going to grant all of the allies stealth buff or maybe some, but this is really helpful already and beneficial for damage dealers. The glance is really a pain for a lot of control heroes right now, and honestly, I'm looking forward on getting Naziel on the Drag Tribe event. But now, I'm actually not sure. But the conflict here is, given that we are building him 100% effect res guaranteed, how can his passive skill be effective? I mean the 20% turn meter increase. If his resistance is like this, means there are times that he won't be able to take advantage of the bonus turn meter increase since there's a lot of percentage he can resist the enemy's control effect. So that's just conflicting part for me at this point because it does not connect. Maybe if the enemy tries to inflict a control effect, I can understand, but the description is when an enemy inflicts a control effect or inflicts control effect. Let's go ahead and check his exclusive here, Auspicious Dragon Staff. Level 1 is increases all allies 25% effect res at the beginning of each wave for 2 turns if Paulin's initial effect res is below 100%, but not lower than 50%, or increases all allies effect res by 50% for 2 turns at the beginning of each wave if Paulin's initial effect res is not lower than 100%. Wow, this is actually what he needs. Effect res buff for everyone, even better when his effect res goes 100%. This is just shutting off the control effects even more, and I'm happy we can get this under his exclusive one because this is just helpful PvP and PvE wise. Exclusive level 2, Paulin increases his turn meter for every enemy target whose speed is higher than him at the beginning of each wave. A copy of Kinlan exclusive level 2. No way. This is an absolute problem right now, and this might be the answer for my question earlier if he needs to be inflicted first by a control effect to obtain the turn meter increase, but now if he's got this exclusive level 2, no problem with that at all. All he needs to do is to be slower. We might see the slowest battle between Kinlan and Pauline in the future. I'm sure of it. exclusive level tree gains one more turn after casting Immense Happiness, and also grants resist debuff for all allies for one turn if Paulin's effect res is not lower than 100% when casting Immense Happiness. With this exclusive level tree, I'm afraid we cannot inflict control effect anymore, or maybe it's just so hard to outplay the enemy team with control effects this time. It's just so hard to contest to this one. Maybe we can outplay this by using buff removal from Mammoth, Gunner, or other heroes out there. Or maybe a turn increase from Van Austin would possibly help, since it's not an actual debuff. Bottom line is, Pauline's just providing a lot in terms of survivability, and I'm pretty sure he's worthy of E3 any time of the day. The main question is, are you diving in for him? If yes, kindly share your thoughts on how the guy can do on your team right now, or how can he change the current meta today. I'm more than interested on hearing your thoughts about this guy. This would be it for our Paulin review. As always, like and subscribe for more IMR content. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you soon. This is Flawson. Happy gaming.